Hello, everyone. So I am the chocolate and God is the thunder. Because of that, I'll never go under. So yes, y'all, I had to put myself together. I can't be looking shabby on the camera. I cannot be looking shabby. No, I had to get it together. I had to get myself together. Okay. So what I wanted to talk about is this. Dear overprotective parents, you're wrong. Dear overprotective parents of your children, you are wrong. Okay? It's one thing to be protective. Yes, it's important to be protective of our children. But there is a thin line between being protective and overprotective. See, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you parents something, you overprotective parents something. Get an attitude, get mad. But guess what? I wish somebody would have told me this when I'm still parenting my children, but when I first became a mother, I wish somebody would have told me this. So I'm going to pass it on so you parents don't go through what I went through. Okay. So my son, who is now 18, explained to me how he felt about my overprotective ways. He felt like I was being controlling, or like I was trying to make him fearful of everyone. That's not, you know what? Even though that was not my intention, one thing Queen Mother Ayanna Van Zant has taught when she has been doing her healing sessions with others, we got to own up to our stuff. So even though that was not my intention at all, I still had to own up to what my son felt and apologize to him. I had to own up to what he's seen. I had to own up to what he's seen his experience as and apologize to him and my daughter. Yes, yes, when we are so overprotective of our children, we're either going to teach them to be in fear, or it makes them feel like we're just trying to control them in an unhealthy manner. And that's not right. And why is it that some of us parents are like this? Oh, this is a real discussion. The reason why some of us parents are like that with our children, because we want to protect our children in ways that we felt that we were not protected as children. We want to protect our children in a way we felt that we were not protected as a child. I know that was my experience. I know that was my experience. I love my mother. May the Lord rest her soul. I have nothing against my mom. Don't feel like my mom failed me at all. My mom did the best that she could based on what she knew. She fell on some hard times. And you know something? My mother, before she left this earth, honey, my mama made amends with me. And I got to sit and talk with my mama. And you know what? All is forgiven. All is forgiven. But yes, I did feel like I was unprotected as a child. Let me tell y'all something. And through those experiences, I was able to see some adults at such an ugly level. Y'all probably saying ugly, like, what do I mean by at an ugly level? I seen adults in ways that were not trusting. I seen adults in ways that were very manipulative. Okay, I seen adults, some adults, not all, I seen adults in ways that were very abusive, not just abusive physically, but also abusive mentally and spiritually. This is what I've seen when I was a child coming up. It was almost like because they knew my mother was just not in a position at the time, to care for me, in the way that a mother should. It's like, boom, they felt to take advantage. And it was absolutely horrible. And it was just disgusting and uncalled for on all levels. So, see, with that being said, with going through all of that experience and seeing adults, okay, that were supposed to love me, that were supposed to do A, B, C, D, and they did not do it, I always said that when I had children, I would make sure my children never went through that. But at the end of the day, it was okay for me to protect them. But see, I was wrong for being so overprotective. I'm so glad that my son was able to have the heart-to-heart discussion with me, because that overprotection and doing that and not, just being that way, it causes children to rebel. Yes, it does. I don't have bad children. Not at all. I have loving and caring children. But have they rebelled at times? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. And I listen to my son from such an intellectual level. He's very intellectual. My son is very deep, like he's been on this earth before. And to hear his heart, it really made me open up as a parent in a way that I never did before. You see, sometimes as parents, this is what we feel. And you know what? I'm not going to put we. I'm just going to speak on me. Oh, I think I hear stuff. So this is how I felt. I felt because I was being the provider, okay? I was nurturing the children and doing all of that. I felt that I was doing so good. I felt like I was a good mother because I wasn't ripping and running the streets, because I was there with my children. I felt like I was such a good mother. I was a good mother. That's how I felt. I was so self-righteous with being a mother, with how I was mothering my children. I was so self-righteous. You could tell me I wasn't a good mother until having that discussion with my son and realizing something. With all of the trauma that I went through as a child, yes, I love my children and all of that, but no, I wasn't a good mother. I wasn't a good mother, and that's okay. That's okay. I stand in my truth and own it. Having such this powerful discussion with him really opened up my heart. It really did. I love the movie Finding Nemo. You know why I love that movie, Finding Nemo? Because there's so much truth in it. You see, Nemo's father was so overprotective of his son, of Nemo. He was so overprotective. He never wanted Nemo to not just go up to the reef, but he didn't want Nemo to be around his friends or nothing. And Nemo didn't like that. Nemo wanted to be out with his friends. He didn't want to be stuck up underneath his dad. My children ain't want to be stuck up underneath me when they were small. Same with Nemo. Nemo didn't want to be stuck up underneath his dad. Yes, his dad was loving and all of that. All of that, but his dad was too overprotective. And what did it cause Nemo to do? To rebel. Nemo went up to the reef. Honey, he didn't just go up to the reef. Nemo went on a whole adventure. And guess what Nemo did? While Nemo was on that adventure, yeah, he got in some little situations here and there. But you know what Nemo did? Like most of these children will do? When they grow up to experience life, when they're in their bigger teenage years, when they're 15 and 16 and 17, you know what they'll do? You know what Nemo did? Nemo figured it out. And that's what most of these kids do. They figure it out. They figure it out. So I just want to be encouraging. Be encouraging to you overprotective parents. Stop. I wish somebody would have pulled me to the side. But I didn't have people really pull me to the side. No, yes, I did. I don't want to fib. You know what? Because at that time, my biological mom, she was already deceased, but my adopted mom, she did. May she rest in peace too. She pulled me to the side and said, you, you, you're way too overprotective of them children. And when they get older, she said, when they get older, you don't want your children to be resentful of you, or you don't want your children to hate you when they get older. I thank God my children don't hate me at all. They don't. My kids don't hate me at all. I thank God for that. But she said, you don't want them children to resent you. She said, you got to let them out. Nobody's gonna hurt your children. Like, I'm not gonna. She used to tell me, oh my goodness, my adopted mom used to, oh boy, she used to always tell me that. She said, you could come and just leave them here with me and it'll be fine. And I know my adopted mom wouldn't have did my children no harm. I know she would not have. I could vouch for her. I know she would not have. And see, a lot of times when we do that with our children, overprotective parents, when we don't really let them out, let them be around people, we causing them to miss out on the fun. I remember being in good churches. I mean, good churches that they wouldn't have did my children no harm. They would want the kids to go to different places. They would ask, oh, could the kids go such and such a? Now, I wasn't letting my children spend no nights out. No, that wasn't happening. But I'm talking about regular adventures where they could have built up friendships with, you know what I'm saying, other kids that were in church. Children need that. And I would say, no, my kids can't go. No, don't do that, y'all. Don't do that to your kids. And if you have raised your kids up well enough to be able to, where they know they can trust you as a parent, they can trust you to tell you if someone did something to them inappropriate, and they can trust you as a parent, you don't have anything to worry about because them kids are going to tell you everything that happened. Don't do that to your children. Don't you make your kids miss out on the fun times in life. Don't make them miss out. Do not smother them children. Do not smother your children. Don't do it. And you might be doing, you may be nurturing them and doing all of that, doing the responsible things that you should do as a parent or parents. And you may be doing that, and that's fine, but don't you smother them children. Don't smother them. Because it's wrong. It is wrong. Them children want to go out with their peers. Them kids they want to experience life. And then what happens is when they get 18, if you do that with them, when they turn 18, they're going to be wild. They're going to be wild because they're going to be like, I'm free. I'm free. Free at last. Free at last. They're going to be like, I'm free. That's how they're going to be like, I'm free. And when they get 18, they're going to be wild. You don't want that experience. Now, what I didn't do with my son when he was younger, him and my daughter's only 15 months apart. I'm learning to do with my daughter. She want to go to the movies and different things like that. Let her go. Just go pick her up. Let her go. With her friends and let her go. It's no big deal. I got her cell phone number. She could FaceTime me and all of that. Let her go. Let her be free. Not too free now. He says you're gonna be staying out till 1 o'clock and all of that. I don't play that. But let her be free. I let my daughter do certain things by herself. I do. I let her do certain things by herself because she's gonna have to learn these things. She's gonna have to learn them. So, I know that was a hard discussion. And even though I'm behind this camera, it's like I could feel the especially the moms who are overprotective. It's like I could feel their heart. I could feel them just breaking down, crying. It's all right. It's all right. Because I broke down and cried too. It's all right. You just gonna do better, that's all. And at least you get the chance to do it better. And your children are not 17 and 18. At least if your children are smaller, you get to do it better. You get to do it better. I'm not telling nobody how to parent their children. I'm not telling no mother what to do at all. But what I am doing is speaking the truth on the negative effects of being an overprotective parent and how it looks like, we're just being controlling. And that's not the experience that we want to give to our children. It's just not, because nothing good comes out of that. Nothing good comes out of it. So, you know what? I'm a woman of faith. I'm not just a woman of faith. I'm a Christian woman. I'm a Christian. I love the Lord. Love the Lord Jesus Christ. And I ask the Holy Spirit for instruction on how to lead me. Should have been doing that when the kids were younger. Should have been doing it more. I really should have. I should have been doing it more. Just seeking the Lord more. Like, Lord, in your word, you said the fruit of the womb is your reward. So teach me, show me the way. Show me the way. And another thing, if you're a single mom, you have to get around other single moms. You have to get yourself around other single moms, positive groups. Positive group. That's another thing I didn't do. And the reason why I didn't do that, because I have had some very negative experiences with women. So I just didn't really seek out other, single moms and all. I just didn't. And that wasn't great for me because, I needed that encouragement. I needed that around me. I did. So, ladies and gents, give your children a good experience, a good childhood. Give it to them. Now, I'm glad there's some memories where my children, like I said, they're able to, some things they have said, Mom, I'm glad, thank you for doing such and such and such. Even though at times it seemed like it was too much, I thank you for doing such and such and such. And they have told that to me. And I'm not just saying that, but they have. So I thank God for that. And I just thank God for grace. I thank God for grace. And that's all, I wanted to say. I'm not going to add nothing to this or take nothing away. Okay? All right, y'all. Hey, when we know better, we got to do better, right? Like in G.I. Joe, like they said, knowing is half the battle. Knowing is half the battle. You see, when we know better, we got to do better. All right, be blessed. Bye now.